Hi, friends. Welcome to Christmas in July Gingerbread Fever, hosted by Jackie from Crafting in Mimi's World and Sarah from Jujubee DIY. Links to both hosts and the playlist will be in the description box. To start out, I'm going to use one of these paint your own wooden birdhouses. This is from Walmart. They have a nice thicker quality than the DollarTree birdhouses. So this will be my gingerbread house. I've got red and white twine from Dollar Tree, nutmeg brown apple barrel paint, some white apple barrel paint, some DAP lightweight spackling that I want to use for my topper, and I'm not sure exactly all the embellishments, but as I take them out, I'll let you know where I purchased them or how I created them. So you could totally just leave it like this with the little perches and just make it into a birdhouse, but I want this to really look like a house for my gingerbread men. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out. They come out really easily. So I'm gonna use a pencil and make a couple of lines of where I want to score with my box cutter so I can get the wood cut in the front so it looks like an actual doorway. I used a Dollar Tree garden snipper to push and pull at the area that I had scored. And then I just took a diamond file, also from Dollar Tree, just to sand down the area where the wood had been pulled out so there wouldn't be any splinters or jagged pieces sticking out. I painted the lower portion of the house with the nutmeg brown. To make my faux whip, I'm using the DAP lightweight spackling, and I'll just scoop out, just taking it by eye and just about enough that I think that I'll need to cover my roof and any extra little spots that I want to add some faux whip. And I'll add a bit of white apple barrel paint to kind of I don't want it to be watery, but just to loosen up the spackling just a little bit and to ensure that when it dries that it will be white. And then I'm adding this glitter in while it's wet so I don't have to add it after the fact and have glitter everywhere. So I'm hoping that this worked. I've never tried adding the glitter into the spackling, so it's pretty much trial and error. So once everything is mixed properly, I take my knife and I spread it on just like I'm icing a cake, and I kind of go in like little waves, and I do that on both sides, and then I get ready to add some embellishments to the top. So I have some faux gummies that I found on Amazon, and I'll try to link them. I have little hearts and gummy bears. So I decide to add the hearts to the very top, and then I end up adding the gummy bears to the front of the house later. So I'm just pushing them directly into the faux whip so that they can set up in there. So I found a few pieces of clay candies that I had made last Christmas time. So I'm just going to take a red paint marker and add some lines so they look like little starlight mints and add them onto my house as some extra candy embellishments. And the last piece, I'm using seashell pink, and once that dries, I'll add a little swirl with a white paint marker just so I have a little bit of variety and the candies that'll be on the front of the house. And with that extra bit of faux whip that's left, I'll go ahead and scoop that up and place it inside a Ziploc bag so I can use it later like a piping bag and add some extra embellishments. Then I'm going to take Aleene's tacky glue and add it around the front of the house so I can attach my red and white baker's twine. I love to use either the baker's twine or the red and white twisted yarn to give a peppermint effect. Next, I added my faux candies with Aleene's tacky glue. And once I get all those faux clay candies added, I'll take that last bit of that faux whip, snip off the end of the bag, and add a bit of frosting to the front roof line area. And to add my gummy bears to ensure that I'll get a really good bond, I'm going to use this Gorilla Clear Grip glue and attach them on either side of the doorway. And then on the four corners of the base, I'm just going to add a dollop of the faux whip. And here is my completed little gingerbread house. I think it turned out super adorable. I put a little mini light, color change light from Dollar Tree inside. I love to add lights to my DIYs when I can. I love the sparkle of the faux whip, all of the mini candies. Let me know, what do you think of this? Please check out our hosts, Jackie from Crafting in Mimi's World and Sarah from Jujubee DIY, for wonderful crafting inspiration. For this DIY, I'm using one of the signs from Dollar Tree, made from chipboard. I mean, it's already a shade of brown, but I'm gonna try out this deep brown rich art from Dollar Tree, and then I have a couple of white puff paints. This one is from Dollar Tree, the BU, and then this is from Walmart. Once the deep brown dried, I grabbed some of the Dollar Tree gemstone and rhinestone stickers so I can add some areas of sparkle to this piece. I want it to be the classic brown and white gingerbread look with just a little bit of sparkle. And a side note, I'm really impressed with the coverage of this rich art paint, and this tone looks fantastic for faux gingerbread. So using the 3D puff paint that I found at Walmart, I'm going to outline all of the letters, and I plan to add some little dots and squiggles, like that kind of classic look for gingerbread, but the tip really wasn't as fine as I had hoped, and it was kind of like sputtering out. So then I just kind of scrapped that idea, and right here is where like too much of it came out. So I just wiped it off and just added more of the rhinestone stickers. And here's my completed gingerbread piece. Didn't come out the way I'd originally planned, but that's life when you're DIYing. They don't always work out the way you want them to. For this DIY, I have the wooden DIY sign from Dollar Tree in the shape of a gingerbread man, some rickrack from Hobby Lobby, the crafter square faux leather and pearls, and a sewing kit. So last year I made small gingerbread for the Christmas tree and for a tier tray, and I thought it'd be really great to have larger, a really big gingy. So I've got a whole roll here, so I should be able to get a full gingerbread man. Once I was finished cutting, I put them on the right side, and I wanted to check out how well they would align. And one of the arms was a little bit shorter, but that's fine. I'll just end up having to trim that up. So I took some pins to hold both sides together, and then I wanted to go ahead and start adding the eyes. I have glass pearl beads from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to sew those on as the eyes, and then I'll move on to adding the buttons. And I guess I didn't have to pin it together because I wasn't sewing the front and the back together just yet, but I ended up pinning them anyway. So I have my eyes sewn on, and I have these Dollar Tree buttons. So I'll give him 2 buttons here. Once I got the buttons added, I took a piece of scrap fabric, cut it into a rectangle so I can make a classic red bow tie for Mr. Gingy. So I just kind of stitched the middle together, and then I sewed it onto the front part of the gingerbread man. Then finally, I moved on to starting my stitching around Mr. Gingy, and I'm gonna go all the way around up into I get half of his head completed, and then I can add all of my fiber fill. Okay, so for the trim, I totally could have stitched this on and I didn't think about it until just when I got to this portion. So I'm going to cut them to the size of each arm and leg, and I'm just going to add my Gorilla Clear Grip to make sure that it's adhered to the faux leather. And here's Mr. Gingy and his faux leather fabulousness. I think he turned out so adorable. Let me know, what do you think of Mr. Gingy? And for my last DIY, I'm using these heart wooden frames I found at Family Dollar for $1. I think these will be great as Christmas ornaments, gingerbread Christmas ornaments. So I'm going to separate them, and I have this gift trim from Hobby Lobby, this pretty red and white twine. I think that will look great as a hanger to add them to the Christmas tree. And I like the way that brown from Dollar Tree turned out. So I'm going to cover both pieces in that brown. And once that dries, I'm going to take the red and white baker's twine from Dollar Tree to outline the area where the photographs are to be inserted. And I'm using Aleene's tacky glue to get those attached. And to add a colorful candy-like embellishment, I'm using these gemstone starburst stickers from Dollar Tree. I like the multicolored look on these, and initially I put them all going in the same direction, but then I turn them around. Like every other one is in the opposite, is like I flip them upside down. And once I finish adding all the gemstone stickers, I'm going to use more of that faux whip mixture in the sandwich bag and just frost the outer edge. So once everything had set up, I added my red and white twine to the back and secured them with a little piece of cardboard pressed into the hot glue, just to make sure that once these are put on the Christmas tree, they don't end up falling apart. And here are my completed cookie picture frame ornaments. I think these came out super cute. Let me know, what do you think of these? And here's another look at my other gingerbread DIYs from this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I really enjoy making gingerbread DIYs. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And don't forget, there's an awesome playlist. I'll have a link to the playlist and both of our wonderfully talented hosts. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.